Got bars like grains in bags of rice. Had to cook up the thing, yeah, flow that's nice.
Welcome, people. Welcome back to my show, MuBritish, and it's me again, your host, Joe, the main man, the main event. I'm back at it again.
Oh my gosh, back at it again. In the kitchen whip.
Yeah, so today I really wanted to talk about this film that's come out not today, came out on Friday. When I say Friday, I mean Friday the 22nd. It came out on the 22nd in the UK, and the film's called Blue Story. That's written by Rapman and directed by Rapman, who's known for creating Shiro's Story. And if you do not know any of the stuff that I'm talking about, YouTube, next tab, Shiro Story. Then watch the trailer for Blue Story. And sorry, there's going to be spoilers in this one. I'm sorry, but there's going to be spoilers in it, because if you haven't watched the film by now, then I don't know where you've been, bro. You got to go to the cinemas and watch that film, or watch it on some illegal site. Whatever you want to do, just do it. Watch the content. But big up Rapman, who's also, like I said, he's known for Shiro's Story. So yeah, so I've been knowing about this film for a minute. Obviously, I think it came to like my existence during the Top Boy, when Top Boy was on Netflix, when Top Boy came out on Netflix. And I heard about this film because the main character that's on this film, True Blue, he's also the character in Top Boy. The young man's name is Michael Ward. He's the main character one of the main characters on Top Boy, plays Jamie. And he's on this film here, Michael Ward. He's playing a character called Marco. So, yeah, obviously I liked his acting on Top Boy. I thought he was really good. And obviously I'm familiar with Rapman, so I thought, shit, let me go support a British black film. Why not? Why not go support the brother Rapman, who's obviously doing big things, obviously deal with Jay-Z, film out, sick, big things. I'm proud of the brother. Obviously, Shiro's Story was good. So I thought, yeah, cool, man. So initially, my girl, she's got free tickets to The View. The View, which is a cinema franchise in the United Kingdom. So that's called The View. So, yeah, she's got free tickets to that due to her work. So I thought, free cinema tickets, bro, I might as well go watch the film. So obviously I'm on Instagram in the morning, and I'm just looking at Instagram. I'm on Global Gossip. You should check out Global Gossip as well, because that's where I found out about this film being banned at the View Cinema. So I saw it on Global Gossip and I thought, oh, raw. How can they ban the film in the View? And I'm thinking, oh, that's peak, because I got free tickets. And I'm thinking, oh, bro, this is peak. Because I saw that on Instagram and I thought, oh, let me just Google it and see if that was actually true. But the cinemas near my house, The View, they still had it online, as in the screening time of the film. So obviously I went to The View still thinking that it was still on, because it was on the website. And I go to the cinema, it is dry. I think I tried to go on a Saturday, the day after it came out. The cinema was dry, there was no one there. I was like, right, this is kind of empty, fam. So there's no one there, and I go to the counter, I'm like, oh, so... And the guy's like, yeah, that film's been banned because of some fight in Birmingham. And I'm thinking, what? Fam, how can you ban a film based on one incident? It doesn't even make any sense, because think about it. It's like, how does the View Cinema know that the fight is because of the film? The fight could be non-relating to the film. They said the fight happened outside, and... You got to look at some of these articles. If you're a person that thinks deeply into it, then you'll realize that the language they're using is absurd. So, yeah. So, obviously, you see these media companies, these articles, and et cetera, like, the way they're writing it is like, you would think that there was, like, a mass shooting at the cinema or something, like some crazy events. Because, just because something happens at an event doesn't mean it's correlated through... It doesn't mean it's in relations to the event. Do you get what I'm trying to say? How many times do fights happen at football games? Fights happen at football games every weekend across this marvelous country. But are they really queuing up to suspend Chelsea and Tottenham from playing? They're not going to do that, innit? Because they're not gonna put the fight down to the football team. They're going to put it down to the hooligans. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Obviously, these guys ain't got nothing to do with Rapman. have they don't have nothing to do with that. These guys probably had an issue with each other, saw each other in the cinema, bang, something happens in the cinema, it's an argument. Doesn't mean that it's due to the film, because that's just ridiculous. Because how many people get banged up at football games, bro? How many times do you see people getting battered at getting like, for example, Glastonbury, people being attacked there? It doesn't mean that they got attacked because of Glastonbury. Or how many times do fights happen in pubs, bro? Like, how many times does someone get banged up in a pub or something, like, or a club? Doesn't mean that the club needs to be cancelled or the pub culture needs to go. It just means these are two idiots that's kind of ruining it for everyone. But The View, you kind of get their stance, because end of the day, it's predominantly because obviously it's a black film. Like, it's obviously a black film because it's Rap Man, the characters are mainly black, etc., etc. Obviously, we don't need to point out the obvious. It's a black film. So it's like, they're quick to ban that. Even though it's a 15, it's not even, I watched the film, I didn't even think it was that violent. It's like a 15, so these kids are out here watching worse stuff. The music that we listen to is just absolutely, like, absurd in terms of violence-wise. So this film, I don't understand why The View... I understand exactly why The View are banning it, because they're just thinking, we don't really want... But they're going to miss out. We don't really want these N-words around. You know what it is, bro. But obviously, they're going to miss out on peas, because... Yeah, they're going to miss out on peas, because I also went to the Odeum, and obviously on the day that I didn't go, I went to The View, I went to the Odeum to try to watch the film, and it was completely sold out. And I went so late that the last screening was bare late, and I was like, I'm not going to watch a film at them stupid times, bro. I'll just come back on Sunday and watch it on Sunday. So, yeah, so I thought... So it was pretty much sold out, man. The cinema that I was at on Friday seemed pretty much calm. Everyone was doing their thing. And I don't know, man. These guys, if they're just gonna really just ruin it for everyone, just because of some idiots. They said there's been like 25 incidences, but because we live in an era of like cameras and stuff. Like if they say there's an incident, there's no video recordings of it. It's like it's unbelievable. Like, it's not likely to have happened because there's no videos of it, bro. Like, everyone's got a phone. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, everyone's got a phone, fam. So you would see some type of footage in it. You get what I'm trying to say? You're gonna see something on one of these social media platforms. If there's been 25 incidences since the film's come out in 24 hours, that's just a lie. I don't believe none of that, bro. But yeah, let's get into the film, my opinions of the film. So initially going into the film, I thought the story is like overtold. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When I say the story's overtold, I mean like this whole, we're black and we're gangbangers and we sell crack and we shoot guns and we stab each other and we rep postcodes. It's like, how many times can you tell that same story? Like, it's so regurgitated. It's like, same concept. Like, it's just the same bloody story every single time. You just gotta think to yourself, like, that's just what I thought. I just thought, I'm done with all these stereotypes. Like, we don't need another stereotypical film like a kidulthood or adulthood. Like, not that those films are bad, but it's just like, we've already been told this story. Like, let's do something else. Like, let's create a sci-fi film. Let's create like a black British sci-fi film or something. Let's do some action adventure black film, British black film. Let's do like some Transformer type of stuff. Like, we don't always have to tell the same estate, gangbanging, selling packs, doing... It's just like, there's more to us than this, man. Like, come on. But obviously, with me having my preconceived notions of the film, I still continue to go in and to watch it. And my opinions on the film is pretty much... I like the main characters, which was Timmy and Marco. I like their friendship, the way the story was told, and I just thought, yeah, it was good, man. The way they broke it up. He's from Deptford, he's from Peckham. They're cool with each other because of school. Normally, that's how things happen, innit? People are cool with each other because of school. They might look past their differences outside of school. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They come in, they're bonding. They got like a little... Yeah, it made sense, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? It was lovely. And obviously, Marco, played by Michael Ward from Top Boy, and the other brother, Timmy, played by Stephen Odelu Boya, or something like that, one of them Nigerian geezers. But big up this guy. He's doing his thing. He acted pretty well. And I thought, yeah, man, because I thought it was going to be a musical at first, but it wasn't really a musical because I'm not really a big fan of Ratman's music. No offense to him. I think he's all right, but his voice is just too, like, it's too squeaky, but he's good, man. I rate him in terms of his writing capabilities. And obviously, it kind of felt like to me that the film it needed to be like a series because the way Ratman writes stories is like it makes you want to like digest it more and go into different scenarios of the story. Do you know what I'm trying to say? For example, in obviously as the characters develop as well, you can see that I felt like he was trying to rush it, like everything was rushed. Because if you see Shiro's story, the way it is like things are just, he's explaining stories more. But I feel like because it's cinema and he's got less time than, for example, a series on Netflix, a film's shorter than a series on Netflix. So he's like, they kind of rush scenes where you could have wanted to see more. For example, I wanted to see more because it's kind of like these guys had such a great friendship and their friendship basically just got destroyed because he got beat up, Michael Ward's character, Michael got beat up in Deptford because he went to link a girl and he got banged up in outside a chicken and chip shop. And it's like, he just automatically assumed that his boys set him up. And I was just thinking, why did you not think the girl set you up? Do you get what I'm trying to say? You went to link an older girl and you're obviously mashing it out. She sends you to get food and then you get robbed and you think it's your friend that did it. And that was crazy because his characteristics was like, he's like a nerdy type of like black guy. He's like a nerd, like African nerd. Obviously, Michael Ward's character is like his brother. He has a big brother that's already in the streets, so he has like a different upbringing. So like he's already like in the gangways already. This guy's not really trying to be about that. He's more of a lover. You know what I mean? He's like a nerdy type of guy. The way they introduce his character to us, and it's like he's a nerd, and this guy's he's like, you know what I mean? He's still like the top boy kind of Jamie type of character, and they still doing that thing, fam. Still doing them things. So I'm thinking, surely they should have developed. If he had those series, probably would have developed their friend. They're falling out into a bit more of a deeper reason into it, and I just think from then things just escalated real quick. It was like, then it went from what's his name, my man, the Peckham youth smashing the Deptford youth with a brick in his face and killing his girl. It's like I was like, what? How did this escalate to this so quick? But I still continued. I thought, okay, the acting's pretty good. Things are pretty good. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So then my man, Jamie, I'll just call him Jamie from Top Boy, Michael Ward, his character goes to prison and we see none of the scenes of him in prison. He goes to prison for 3 years for manslaughter. We see none of the scenes. I would have loved to see him in jail or something. If it was a series, it would have been nice to have that character in jail or something like that. Then you get to see some stuff, how he's learned, But obviously, fast forwards, and now the good guy, the Timmy character, the African Nigerian geezer, he becomes like a bad man, boy. Pure gunman up in the ends now, bro. He's a shooter. He's a Blue Borough guy now. He's just running with it. And I'm just thinking, yo, they should have been telling the story more, how he became, like, you know what I mean? I rated the film, but I thought it should have been, like, more. I really wanted to see more. Like, I think that's a positive, innit? Like, and I thought, this is pretty good, like. So then it just continues. It continues. The beef, the rivalry between them continues. And I think this film really does a good job of, like, showing you how, like, you know, how some people are so fixated with this whole, like, street thing. Like, do you know what I mean? They're so fixated on ops, pagans, my bit, my block. Like, that's everything to them. The people that live in that world, that's, like, everything to them. That's all they know. That's all they love. And I think this film does a good job of capturing that. It's like this love that people have for their areas. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And also shows how stupid it is to the outside. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because people don't really own the like. There's a scene where Marco's brother says he runs Peckham, and realistically, he doesn't really run Peckham. Maybe in a street perspective, in terms of him and his goons, they run Peckham. But in reality wise, it's like if you don't own the house that you live in, it's a council property. you're not even from the country. You know what I'm trying to say? You're immigrant. Your family's immigrants, either from the Caribbean, Africa, wherever they are. You're not really from here anyways, but you're just willing to kill someone, which is also, when you kill someone, it's also like you're also losing your life as well, because it's like you're going to be in jail as well. So, you know what I mean? You're taking someone's life away, but you're also taking yourself away from your family, because you're going to be removed from your family if you get caught. And most likely with all these DNAs, these cameras, everyone snitching, all these stuff, like Siri on your phone, like you can even go Google, you can go on Google, you can go, if you have like the Google app, the Google app tracks everywhere you've been on your phone. There's things that they track you, Siri's listening to you. Have you ever said something in a conversation with someone, yeah? Then you went on Instagram, and the thing that you were talking about with your friend is now on your Instagram, advertisement. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So they're listening to your conversations. It's like harder and harder to get away with stuff, because all these, I'm telling you, man, these phones are trackers, they're liabilities. People don't realize that. So it's harder and harder and harder and harder. And I really do think this film does a good job in doing that. They don't really focus on the drug element on this film. It more looks at the violence, the senseless violence in a way, because it's kind of like these guys are good friends, and now they're literally just killing each other for just the most petty shit. Like, oh my God, you live in this area. But obviously, I'm not that deep into it. It's not really something I've really indulged in. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, I rated the film, but I just wanted to see more. Like, I just want to see more in terms of like black people in the United Kingdom. I want to see more type of films, more type of subjects, more type of stuff. Like, this is one of the reasons why I'm hardly even listening to like drill music nowadays, because it's just all monotone. It's all the same thing. Everyone's saying the same things as each other. It's the same regurgitated garbage. It's just like, not to say it's garbage, because I still rate it. Sorry, wrong language, but it's the same regurgitated stuff. It's like, I just want to see something new. You know what I mean? Like I said, let's do some films with some CGI or something, man. Like some zombie films or something, like Aliens. I'm tired of this block gang banging, all that. Like, it just doesn't help, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because we're just glamorizing it, and it's obviously sad, because that's what sells in today's market, is just violence, sex. There's nothing. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing real educational about anything. Do you know? It's just all entertainment, which is not a negative, but it's like, let's do some other stuff. It's kind of like these slave films that Hollywood keeps mass producing, like annually. Like, they'll always produce these slave films just to remind you that, hey, your people was once a slave. Here's 12 years of slaves. Here's Django. Here's Nat Turner. Even though that's not really a slave, it's still a slave subjective film, but Nat Turner's not a victim of slavery, but it's like still the same story. And obviously, like, it's kind of like there's a film coming out about Harriet Tubman, which is a positive film. Like, I think Harriet Tubman is a very, very influential female black woman of her time and throughout the whole universe, you know what I mean? Because Harriet Tubman, she's done a lot in terms of the whole underground railroad, leading people out of slavery, etc., etc. Yeah, that film is good, but it's like, how many times can we tell the same story? Like, and obviously, imagine these Hollywood guys as well. They wanted Julia Roberts, to play Harriet Tubman. Are you kidding me, fam? Julia Roberts, who is a white American woman, they wanted her to play Harriet Tubman, who was an African slave in America. Her grandparents came from Africa, so she was a slave here. Not here, pardon me. I know I lived in America, but I mean she was a slave in the US, not the United Kingdom. She was a slave in the US, and they wanted Julia Roberts to play her. That's how you know these Hollywood execs, like, they don't care, bro. They'll put anyone anywhere, because like in 100 years they're gonna put a white guy to play Malcolm X. I'm telling you, fam. They're gonna get like a white guy to play Malcolm X, and they're gonna get a white guy to play Martin Luther King, because look at these things. They wanted Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman, bro. Are you kidding me, fam? And they also made a film, Hollywood, they also made a film called Gods of Egypt, and everybody is white in the film, bro. Imagine a film called Gods of Egypt, fam. Egypt, a country that is located in the northeast of Africa. Like, It's surrounded by Sudan, Liberia. No, pardon me, not Liberia. Pardon me. Surrounded by Sudan, Libya. They want us to. They trying to tell us in today that the gods of Egypt were white Caucasian people. Come on, mate. Are you kidding me, fam? Like, they will just tell you anything. That's why these films, you gotta just take it as entertainment value, entertainment level, because it's not really educational. They're just gonna they tell you anything as long as it's entertainment, and you just gotta peep it and just think, let's do better when it comes to our films over here. Like, let's tell different stories, man. If we're gonna get back-ins, it's like, let's not keep perpetuating, because showing films like this does perpetuate it. It does perpetuate the gang culture. You can't lie about it. It's kind of like not grime music, drill, all that. It perpetuates gang stuff. You know what I mean? That's definitely what it does. Like, let's do better, bro. But Rap Man, congratulations on your debut film. I think it's very inspirational. Coming, like, for me personally, as a guy that's tried to do films on a low budget scale, and obviously I understand the entities of what goes into create a film, because I actually have a degree in filmmaking, if that means anything to anyone. If having a degree is an accolade that you judge people on, you know what I mean? If you judge people on the fact that if they have a degree, I actually have a degree in filmmaking, so, which is mad, because that's why I'm good at all these editing stuff and softwares. So I kind of, I know exactly the baby principles of how difficult it is to do a film in terms of just, getting the locations, getting the councils to sanction your film, because a lot of this film is actually filmed in Edmonton. It's not actually filmed in Peckham or Deptford. Like the estate bits, that's definitely Edmonton, because that's Lower E. And N18, I definitely know that's Lower E block. You know what I mean? Like, there's some Lower E bits. Like, I think there's some bits I recognize from Edmonton, I ain't gonna lie to you. But, there's a lot that goes into it in terms of, like, paying for people's transport, paying for the food, wardrobe, set design, a lot of stuff in it. And like I just wanted to just, voice my opinion out there for all the peoples them. I hope you guys like the content. Subscribe to the channel. Like, give it a thumbs down if you don't rate it. Leave a comment on your opinions. I appreciate everything, man. Thank you guys for giving me this opportunity. MuBritish signing out, and that's me. Love from your boy J Money, Joe J Money, man. Eat money bags. Signing out.
Yeah, scene. Pouring the cup with your boy looking lean.